All right, so here's the update on our trip. We are actually not in Fort Lauderdale. We are in Tampa International Airport. Anna's over there going to the bathroom, and we are live here. And here's the update. Apparently tomorrow, our flight leaves tomorrow, but it won't because the airport is going to be closed tomorrow. So they canceled my flight. But I was able to get a hold of Norwegian Air, and they booked me on another flight out of New York to Oslo. But then I can't get to New York because all the flights to New York are booked solid. So they canceled that one, and they booked me on a flight from Orlando to Helsinki. Now my flight originally was going to be from Fort Lauderdale to Oslo, and then from Oslo to Helsinki right away. So this is just cutting one leg off of the trip. So it's going to be a direct flight from Fort Lauderdale tomorrow on Saturday on the 9th to Helsinki, which it'll cut one day off. I get there one day late, but that's a small price to pay if they don't close the airport in Orlando on Saturday. So it's very possible that they close the airport in Orlando on Saturday. Let's hope it doesn't happen because I really want to get over there. So what will happen is we are going to try to make our way up to Orlando now. Here's the funny thing is we got a mega bus to go down to Fort Lauderdale, and then halfway through about when we were getting into Tampa, I got the alert from Norwegian Air by email, by text, that the flight had been canceled. We got the text that the flight had been canceled on my cell phone. And we were sitting at the Marion transit stop in Tampa waiting for people to get on. So we decided to, I just said, well, I'm getting off because if I go to Fort Lauderdale, I'm screwed down there. So at least I'm in somewhere where I know where I'm at. So we got off at Tampa, the Marion Transit Center, and then we made our way to the airport, figuring that I'd be able to find a flight to New York to catch the flight to Oslo that they were going to give me. But that didn't work because there are no flights to New York from Tampa that are reasonable. They're all like $1,000 a piece. So I was able to call them back, and they gave me a flight from Orlando on Saturday around 10 o'clock in the morning to straight to Helsinki. So at Helsinki, we're going to do start the trip. So hopefully they won't cancel my flight tomorrow. I mean on Saturday, the 9th. So instead of leaving the 8th, we leave the 9th, and which simply means that just one day, we'll lose one day, but I'll probably gain it at the end. I'll make them give it to me at the end. They were very reasonable. They were very accommodating. I went through a couple of operators because one of them I just could not understand her English. And the other thing was that, what was the other thing? I forgot what the other thing was. As my mind is going. But anyway, so we're leaving out of Orlando on Saturday. Oh, the other thing is that it's a 7-hour layover in London, Gatwick. So we're gonna get to visit the UK. No couch surfers in the UK, but we get to visit the UK for a little bit, for a few hours, and we sit around, probably get something to eat, figure out, we'll be able to experience the airport in London's fish and chips. So once we do that, I'll be, at least we'll know that we are in Europe. So once we do make it to Europe, I will say hi. But I will let everybody know what's going on the way to Orlando. Once we get to Orlando, hopefully everything works out and we'll be able to do good. Right. So thank you everybody, and the adventure will continue.